Well, Peter, these Lotus 7s are insane cars. This is kind of a Lotus 7.
Yeah, it's
kind of not. But you created this car.
Yeah.
I love the story. Tell me the story of this car.
My dad and I had done a 73 MGB for my mom, I don't know, probably a year and a half, 2 years before this, and it kind of got me into the British car theme, and I kind of wanted to have my own thing, and I had a friend that kind of tipped me off on this. He had a VIN number from a wrecked one, and he had a book that went along with it, how to build a sports car for under 250 British pounds. And from
good book.
And from that we got a base for the frame design. We built it to fit a 1275.
So I mean, you built the frame too?
Yeah, frame, the whole 9 yards. In the shop, so when we had that 1275 motor in it, I had a local guy in town that had a Jensen Healy that was stuck under the eaves at his house that he'd chopped apart. And
who chops up a Jensen Healy?
He was gonna build a hill climb car out of it.
Who builds a hill climb car out of a Jensen Healy?
It was supposed to. It never made the hill climb, so it got left under the eaves. The motor was seized to, on top of everything once we got it home.
Oh my gosh!
But we went back through and chopped the frame apart to fit that motor under it. That was all probably within the first year, and then it kind of got stuffed in the corner, and we went off to college, and that all happened.
So you were doing this in high school?
Yeah, this was my senior year of high school. We started building the frame.
Wow.
The frame was done in probably 2.5, 3 weeks. I just worked on it every night after school. And then over the years, I pulled it back out with a little bit more knowledge and a couple more friends that had some technology. We were able to build the front suspension for it.
So you created that?
Yeah. The bottom I've copied off of something I found online, but the tops, that's the second round of it. The first ones were triangulated, which rubbed on the springs, so we went back through and did a second round of it. We got the car on the road 2 springs ago.
Wow.
The motor, all I did to the motor was get it freed up from being seized.
Now this slant mount, is that?
That's how the motor would have been mounted in the Jensen Healy.
What is the engine?
The engine is a Lotus 907, which was first produced for the late Jensen Healy, 74, 75.
Okay.
It later went on to be in the Esprits.
What's the displacement?
It's a 2-liter. I think it's 1998, I believe.
So it's a dual
CCs.
overhead cam 4?
Yep, twin overhead cam, 16 valve.
How many horsepower?
They say that in the Jensen Healy it was like 186. This one's been ported and polished. It's bored 40 over.
Oh, so
it's got a Weber head on it. It had Strongbergs on it originally.
So you got to be pushing.
Yeah, I'd say well over 200.
Yeah. So this thing, what does this weigh?
It's 1175.
And I mean, the frame, the suspension, you stole the engine out of a Jensen Healy wreck. You did all this interiors?
Yeah, the interior
the
work.
fabrication and
yep,
everything?
Was all done by us in-house. I had a friend that helped me immensely with the panel work. He passed away 2 years ago. He's never seen the finished product.
I'm sure he'd be proud of it, though.
I think he would be.
Wow, now she seems a little, wider than a Lotus 7?
It's a lot wider. It's got the rear end that was in that Jensen Healy, which has a limited slip in it. It was one of the rare ones that somehow we get hung up with a limited slip. It's got a 5-speed gearbox. It's a get rag that also came out of that Jensen Healy with a custom-built drive shaft in between.
You got it on the bottle?
Yeah, it's just
it's not insane enough?
No, it's just for show, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's a little 30-horse shot. It does spruce it up a little bit, but
just knocks the dust off it, right?
It's all for fun.
It is, man, and custom. And you did all this starting in high school?
Yeah, it's we're going on 4 years now.
Wow.
So I'm hoping we'll get the hood finished this winter, and that'll make it a 5-year project. So.
Are you forming that yourself and everything?
I'm gonna try. I'd like to say I did everything on it. So I've been thinking about having somebody else help me out, but I think this winter we'll get around to it.
Peter, I'm amazed at all you've done to it. It must be an absolute blast to drive.
It's a blast to drive.
It's got to be a rocket.
Yeah, it's a rocket.
Can I drive it sometime?
If you can fit in there, I think we might be able to let you drive it.
Hey man, I'm really impressed. Peter, great work. Lotus 7 sorta.
Thank you.
Custom.
Custom.
Nice job, man.